Whoops. Okay, I think we are now live. Let's get this inflated. We'll get some Splatoon going. Still working on, let's see, what is this stream called? Try to remember this for later. Space Pecos. Like Perks and Pecos, but space. All right, back in the one here. Let me get some treats for my dogs. Take it. Take it. Okay. Splatoon time. Switch over. Here we go. Splatoon. First game of the day. Let's set the tone. A nice, easy drama-free win. Alrighty. Oops. Would help if I played. Well, maybe. That's actually debatable. There's some games where my contributions have been more negative than positive. Still being chased by that schnerd. Missed 3 shots of a bazooka. But still alive. Definitely had the guy kill me before. I'm guessing all the action is happening over at our base. Oh shit, here they come. Let's run and hide like the coward that I am and always have been. And let's face it, always will be. The cowards survived, man. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Pretty perfect. Well, boy, our team is getting deep. Gonna get my ink pack there. Sorry, Super Jill, not that super. Boy, their team is not that good. If I've killed them twice, ours must be real bad. Let's run like the coward. It's been working okay so far. End of missiles! Get from all sides. Well, there we go. It had to end itself. Oh shit! Wasn't paying attention. Not that it's gonna matter, crab tank. Fuck you, crab tank. Well, unless they're at our base right now, getting every piece, maybe we turned it around? Maybe? No, I don't think so. We definitely... Well, they didn't get any of their side. Holy shit, have I never seen a home base left so inkless, but obviously it doesn't matter. Inkless, but obviously put the gain down a little bit there. Okay, well, at least, you know, I wasn't the one who lost it for us. Can take some solace in that fact. Perhaps. Anyways, let's get one more luck on game number 2 for sure. No doubt about it. Okay. I didn't see if cow tipper was on art. Oh, that's not a paintable surface. You would have learned that by now. Oh, it's gonna be bad, Squeegee. You can't hear me, but you're fucked. Wow. Both sides, not spending a lot of time at their home base. You are kind of screwed there, Apaz. You got nowhere to go. Well, that was a nice... Wow, Blue has done nothing. Look at that face. It is devoid of any drop of blue. Well, not that they need it. They're managing to take the middle just fine. That was lucky. What a shot. Oh. Theo got behind us with their 52 cal. Put an end to our... I was going to say random terror, but I didn't really accomplish anything. Time to stop super jumping. Oh boy, I have a piece of gear on that makes you swim slower, but swim invisibly, and it is definitely noticeable in squid form how much slower I move. It's cool that nobody can see where I'm going, but boy, is that a noticeable feeling, how much you are slow moving. Riri, welcome, Riri. Good to see you. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. How have you been, my friend? Oh my. Oh my lord. That's okay. We just got our worst game out of the way already, which is, you know, kind of considerate of me that the worst is out, and now it's just going to be more entertaining, exhilarating games from here. Is it possible we won because they didn't get in their base? And I think we might not have. I don't... My sense of proportionality is off. Riri says he's been good, working and smoking and enjoying life. Well, I'm glad you are smoking and enjoying life. Hopefully you're enjoying the working as well. I'm not sure, Riri, and I'm sorry if you have if you mentioned what you do for your career or profession, or whatever you want to label it as, however you make the money. I hope it's an enjoyable time for you. And thanks again for hanging out with us, man. We are smoking on some Space Caicos, which is a interesting strain. Speaking of, let's finish this bag. Playing with the Doom Slayer. I'm not sure if the Doom Slayer is as effective against squids as he is against demons. We'll soon find out. I know you're there, homie. Oh, I need to use my damn antenna missiles. I got them. Might as well use them. Just splatted Mr. Wick himself. Not even Mr. Wick can survive the bazooka. Woo! Barely got out of the way. Righty. Well, I think we are demolishing at this point. Well, demolishing is maybe a bit of an overstatement, but barely losing might qualify. We're barely losing, which is a position I rarely find myself in. Much like a diaper, my favorite Splatoon position is total fucking blowout. Well, shit in my mouth, man. I thought we were winning handedly for a while. I don't think that's the case, but we've still got 30 seconds. Enough time for anything to change. Let's kill that guy. Let's get this crab tanking son of a bitch. And let's see if that's done anything to swing it in our favor. Who knows? John Wick got his revenge. Fingers crossed. King Yeti, welcome back, King Yeti. It's been a while, my friend. Hope you are well. You know what? Let's do our second bag in your honor. Holy shit, won by 0.3. What? That is insanity. Good luck, Charm, King Yeti. Thank you. Riri says that he is a meat cutter, aka a butcher. Very cool, man. That is super fascinating. Do you work for a grocer, or do you actually work in a industrial sense, or do you like chop meat for grocery stores? Let's go ahead and stop here. Let's get that bag for King Yeti, our good luck charm, giving us that win. And then also, Riri, if you don't mind me asking, are butchers, if you would consider yourself a butcher, you did say so, are you trained on all different animals? How many different animals can you properly butcher? Can you carve up? Or do you specialize in a cow or a pig? I have no idea. But I'm fascinated by the whole concept. Anyways, while we are waiting for that, here's our next bag. Oh, let's swap our camera over like a professional. Bag number 2. Well, Riri gives an excellent answer, which super appreciate you taking the time to type all that out. He says that in response to the question about what all does a butcher are they trained to do? In what capacity do you work for the industry? He says he works for both the grocery and he also cuts meat for private events and such. He also gives lessons. So all of you prospective butchers out there, you want to be cleavers of meat, all of you men and women and non-binary folks that want to learn to sever meat from bone or even extract theoretically marrow from bone. Talk to our man Riri. What a long and storied and valuable profession. Then he also says that he can butcher both a pig and a cow, in addition to some fish. And those are, I assume, are very, very, very tough things to learn. So to do 2 different animals must require a lot of knowledge, I would think. Even both are mammals. A pig and a cow are anatomically very, 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 very different. And fish, all the more so. Cool. That's really cool. What made you want to become a butcher, or did you just sort of stumble into the industry? And then let's switch back over to the Splatoon cam and hop back into a lobby. King Yeti asked if Riri has ever slaughtered an animal before. Riri says that he has done the Thanksgiving bird every year. And he stumbled into this hobby as a youngin'. Cool, Riri. Were you a hunter growing up? Did you have a family that hunted or fished? I think probably a lot of people get into it through that. As I think King Yeti was maybe asking, a lot of people learn to butcher through slaughtering deer and cleaning deer carcasses. And I assume other people get through it through fish too. Cleaning the fish is not too different than butchering a cow. I mean, there's a lot more cow than fish, but the process is pretty, well, the principles are the same. The process is very different, but you're trying to remove meat from a body and leave behind the stuff you don't want while damaging as little as possible the stuff you do. Riri did not do it through hunting, just learning through cooking. Well, very cool. And a valuable skill to have. As you said, you work private events and teach. Bet you are a super hit around, in the summer. Somebody goes, what's the name for, like, when you want to buy basically half a cow or whatever, and it's got all the different pieces of, like, his own or something of meat. Bet you know all about that and can make some people very happy. Hey, dog, I don't want your toy right now. I don't need your toy right now, dog. You can take that headshot and go find somebody else. I'm sorry, Paul. You can take your headshot if you do want it. I've been chasing this guy for a long time. Not that much of a ghost, after all. I've got a scary feeling. Yep, that's the umbrella guy. I have been dying to him a lot because I'm not smart enough to figure out how to get behind him. Gavel guy, gavel guy, gavel guy. Made it easy for him. It's a tough weapon to work with. I wanted to give the guy a break. I said, you know, Hammer Dude, I don't want to make this any harder on you than it already is. Why don't I just walk myself in front of your swinging hammer of death and, what's the word for painting? The verb, but that's like more poetic. I can't think of it. I had something fun to say in my head for a gavel that brings pain. It was going to be like alliterative and great, but apparently I'm too high already. Hate hammer. We don't need to make it fancier than that. The dude's got a hammer, and it brings down paint. The gavel of... Just can't come up with a G word that's vague. Gavel of goo? That sounds disgusting. The hammer of hues? The mallet of boy, language is tough right now. Dr. SJ! Welcome, Dr. SJ. I promise I'll read your comment in just a second. But I got a game to play. But I'm so glad you're here, Dr. Smegma Jones. Hope all is well with you. I was trying to come up with something alliterative to say about a hammer that flings paint. Uh-oh, here come the tender missiles. Oh, I guess the guy died, maybe? Because they did not come. Oh, look, it's the, gavel of... Just stop. You're never gonna get it. It's... How about the pulverizer of pigments? Doesn't really work. It's not really. Doesn't really evoke hammer. I mean, pulverize things with a hammer. Well, I'm guessing they're at our base because I have not seen them in a while. Well, there they go. Diaper rash. We got this, guys. Come on, pink. Pink, 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 pink. Halloween. Halloween? Sit circle. Let's take a break here. Get ourselves our first dab for Dr. Smegma Jones. So glad to have him here. Riri says, and I'm sorry I missed your question, says, how did you get into YouTube, or is that what you do, or what? How did I get into YouTube? Super very briefly, I wouldn't say that I'm into YouTube. Well, that's already way more than briefly. And perfect, we're gonna have to stop anyways. Getting kicked out from that lobby. Perfect chance to go get a dab. I don't actually do YouTube stuff other than these live streams and the reviews I do, and that I don't like engage with the YouTube platform all that much. Break camp. There we go. But I started doing YouTube stuff simply because I was doing a lot of edibles when I first moved to Southern California, I don't know, 6 years ago or now. So now I was doing a lot of edibles, and they were terrible quality back then. Lots of unscrupulous businesses trying to advertise products, but basically fraudulently, misleading people with how much THC is in something, or all kinds of different things. So I just started reviewing them on YouTube because it's pretty hard to dispute being high, showing people you're high. If you eat something and then 2 hours later, I would come back high, and I couldn't find reviews for a lot of these anywhere else. And I thought video reviews would be a fun way to do them. So that's why I started doing YouTube. Do I do it professionally? No. I've never made $1 from YouTube. I don't monetize anything. I don't I don't do sponsorships. I don't sell anything for anybody. So it is not what I do professionally. But thank you for the question. Dr. SJ says, as the trusted cannabis connoisseur of YouTube, well, thank you, says, what would you say is the strongest pen out there? Possibly Plug Play, 710 Labs, Muhammad, which I don't know, Cold Fire, and he says he's looking forward to my opinions. I've only done of those 710 Labs and Plug Play. I've heard of Cold Fire, and I'm not familiar with MUHA Med, Dr. SJ. But of the ones that I have done, and again, that is not all, not even, of the California market, just California alone, I've probably done, and this is just a guess, a total guess. My guess is that of the market of, say, vape pens in California, I have probably tried less than 10% of the people selling them. There are that many people selling you vape pens. Now, that's actually probably a bad way to describe it. There are that many different brands of vape pens. How many different manufacturers actually own those different farms and things? That's tougher to say, but I'm trying to review as much as I can, but I have not reviewed that much. I try to go with more popular things, seemingly, but even still, we're still a very local business. So, many caveats there. I can say, without hesitation, Plug Play is still the best weed vape I've ever tried, hands down. It's actually not close. I don't know what their magic is, but I do find it usually like an order of magnitude better than the competition. Their pod system is just great. So yeah, if you have the opportunity to try some Plug Play and it's not prohibitively expensive, and it usually is more expensive than some of the others, especially other pod-based ones like Steezy, it's usually about 50% more. If that doesn't immediately scare you out, run you off, give it a try. Love it. King Yeti, though, recommends Concentration Supply Company out of Colorado. He said they're the best cards he's ever had, and he's been legit stoned off 3 hits for hours. Wow, that is an incredibly enticing recommendation. Next time I make my way out to Colorado, which who knows when, hopefully sooner rather than later, I'll be on the lookout. Because that seems positively plug play levels of good. Anyways, let's go do this dab I've been promising, and then get back to some Splatoon. This is still our lava ice we were doing last week. Shorts have written up, showing some skin. Dr. SJ, this dab's for you. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right, well, let's play some Splatoon. Switch back over here. Hop back in again. And then let's talk about it. Communication error has concern. Let's talk about something a little bit more cheery and friendly and upbeat than we normally talk about here. Let's talk about maybe the end of the world briefly. Great time to be playing video games in Splatoon. As a person who doesn't understand much and doesn't really know how a lot of things works, I would say that we are taking we're being remarkably cavalier about the chance that we're all gonna die from a nuclear war at practically any moment. I don't. It doesn't seem impossible to me. It doesn't even seem foolish to me, in some purely game theoretical sense of that phrase. It doesn't even seem entirely foolish to me that Putin really will try use nuclear weapons sometime in the very near future. I don't see what he really has to lose. And that is a really terrifying. I mean, like, I would say we are probably closer to a nuclear weapon being deployed than any time in history. Other than a couple of close calls thanks to some faulty warning systems in the Soviet Union, but even, I would say, yeah, we're probably close. I mean, I'm trying to think of a time where we're close to an actual nuclear launch, but even something like the Cuban Missile Crisis, I don't think people were afraid of, like, an imminent... somebody actually, like, launching a missile at somebody at any second. It wasn't like that. There were other... I mean, there were many things to worry about with the Cuban Missile Crisis, and I think arguably the Cuban Missile Crisis was probably the more terrifying of the two events on an existential level, but, like, it doesn't mean we're all immediately dead, obviously, if Putin decides to nuke somewhere in the Ukraine, but it does make the likelihood that we are all dead in the next year disconcertingly high. And, like, I just don't know what the dude has to lose in not using them at this point. I don't think anybody would... What downside would there be to him as a human being? I mean, I'm not... This is about one human being making a decision. And that truly seems to be the way that it works there. And as a man who doesn't care about the consequences other than the personal ones, man, it does seem very likely at some point he will do something very escalatory. But who knows? What do I know? I'm a dumbass loser. I felt like there were so many things coming after me. Straight from my butthole. There. I was happy to take one person out with me. I didn't feel like I was surviving that no matter what. And just like our nuclear philosophy, mutually assured destruction is the best way to go. I'm not sure I actually believe that. One of the prime ministers, I've only ever heard this once, and I don't know the fine details, so I feel like I'm going to mess something up here, but I believe that this is true to the best of my knowledge in these details. One of the prime minister's responsibilities when taking over from the previous prime minister, so presumably good old Liz Truss just had to do this, is basically she writes a note to this submarine captain, and the submarine captain, I don't know if it's just one in particular or several who are like share this responsibility. Basically, there is a letter written in total secrecy, sealed, never to be read by anybody except under the most awful of circumstances. But it's a sealed letter, and it goes to this captain on this submarine. And that letter basically contains the Prime Minister's wishes in the event that the submarine basically like loses communication with the outside world, and the presumption is UK has been wiped off the map from some kind of nuclear attack, presumably, and there is no way to communicate with the outside world. The presumption is, you know, the nuclear attack from an enemy country has happened. The worst can be presumed. So that letter basically contains the Prime Minister's wishes of what to do next, and those basically come down to two things. Does England which they would still have the capacity of firing back from that submarine. This commander admiral dude is on. They have the capacity to launch, retaliate, and use England's nuclear arsenal to, you know, wipe out the person who just wiped them out. And the prime minister basically gets to make that decision ahead of time, and then the admiral follows it. Which is a much... I don't think I like that as a policy at all. Like, I don't really quite understand what the benefit is, other than maybe just some strategic ambiguity on, like, oh, well, keep the enemy guessing, but there are other ways of accomplishing that. But it is interesting, and it is not the principle of mutually assured destruction, which Russia and the US nominally share, where we'll kill you if you kill us. I don't also know if that is a healthy... One, I don't know if it's actually true, right? The thing, you only have to say that you have the... There's no disadvantage to saying you have a policy of mutually assured destruction. Why not say it? Even if you don't, if it is a deterrent, you might as well say that you will do it. But in actuality, I don't know if the US actually would, like, if we knew definitively that there was a barrage of enemy, some kind of weaponry headed our way that was going to wipe us out in complete and utter totality, like, just no chance of coming back, you're doomed. But you then also, before you are, taken off the board, before your whole country is removed, if you have the ability to say, well, fuck you guys, we're gonna do the same back at you, I understand why you would want them to think that, but I don't understand what or who it serves in practice, in honest, like, to actually put that into actuality. I just... Why destroy it for hope for everybody going forward, which is what you would do in a mad scenario. It's an impossible thing. I'd never be put in the scenario, so I don't have to think through it, but I thought it through enough to know that I don't think it's a... Wow, that was real bad. Great policy to use 100% of the time. We did it, guys. We went under the predicted number. The little cat guy usually gives you like you got between like 25 and 30%. And then it's going to go up from there. But sometimes you do really bad and it goes down. And that's about as bad as I've seen. I think I've only ever got like maybe 5 games under 20%. So wonderful. Skater Freak 420 and Eric Nefron, great to see you both. Thank you so much, Skater Freak 420. That's very kind of you. Let's grab our third bag for you, my friend, while this next match is getting set up. Again, I appreciate it very much. And sorry about ranting of all things mutually assured destruction, nuclear holocaust policy, and the British policy on what to do in the event of nuclear destruction. I guess also the British policy serves the same thing as MAD. Even the chance that it's a coin flip that the other side would demolish you, if you demolish them, would be enough of a deterrent. So What I secretly hope is that everybody says they actually have a policy of mutually assured destruction, but that nobody really does in principle. Because you have to say it, but nobody actually would do it. Way harder to guarantee if that person is a person like Putin, but I just don't know. Putin sure seems like the worst kind of contemptible, disgusting, vile bully, you know, our world can conceive. Our world as it is right now can conceive. Putin seems like the worst incarnation of a human possible. But, like, I am still susceptible to propaganda and cultural influences, and I just, like, believe too easily that Putin would 100% flip the switch that says, yep, let's, if we're going to be destroyed, we're going to, you know, I will institute the policy of MAD. Like, I believe that so easily, so reflexively. That the guy, of course, would do that. But, like, is that true? Like, is Putin really, is it that vile of a person that he would, without hesitation, destroy the human race, just so as not to be the loser of some kind of confrontation? I don't know. Like, Stalin never made that decision, and Stalin was about the worst kind of person you could imagine for his time in history. Stalin was about as bad as they get, but the dude never, even though he could have easily said at any point, let's put an end to this experiment and just, you know, really test which system is better, whatever the case may be, but he never did it. Like, I don't know. And is Putin worse than a Stalin type? Maybe. I just don't know. Ooh, another terrible one. Perfect time to go take a break and do a, oh wait, already got the bag done. This one is for you, Skater Freak. Thank you so much again. We're gonna have a better luck game here coming up, guaranteed. Eric says, and what a fascinating comment, says his brother was a missile launch officer in the 80s. In their drills, officers could only turn the key about 50% of the time. Well, do they know they were drills? Eric, like, that's the, like, I could definitely 100% of the time turn a key to destroy all of mankind in a drill. AKA, like, I know it's, that key turning is just like, oh, we need to make sure we have our actions down in case the actual event ever comes. Like, I could turn that key with the knowledge that, you know, nothing is actually happening on the other side. If I had the actual thought in my mind, that, yes, turning a key would launch nuclear missiles, while I am heartened to hear that 50% of the people couldn't do it, I would be just as disheartened to know that 50% could. We are fairly likely all alive today thanks to a Russian man who could not, as your brother was saying, couldn't turn the key. It was a, I forget what it was that the Soviets thought was a missile launch coming towards Moscow. Some benign thing. And the guy in charge of basically turning the key thought, there's no way this is true, this is an error. And even was told from his higher-ups that no, this was not an error, not a drill. It's time to do it, launch the missiles. He did not follow that order. And shortly thereafter, they did discover that, yes, it was just a whatever, I can't remember what benign thing it was. And had he followed orders, it is very likely we would all be dead. I mean, that is not an apocryphal. Holy shit! What a shot! Noah plays. Wow, he's got some crazy good gear too. Let's get away from our starting area as best we can. Killed the crab tank man. That's always fun. Let's try to get out of here before they kill us. Nice. Oh, poor Noah plays. Well, that was a nice push. Wow, there was a lot of territory unpainted. That's a dumb idea. I don't need to teleport into that mess and die immediately. That's my old playbook. My new playbook is to teleport farther away, run a long distance for many seconds, then get killed at the battlefield all over again, simply wasting 5 more seconds in the process. That's my new style. That's the new playbook. Well, we are at many, many losses in a row, which means it's time to finish this bag, do a dab. Ah, Eric said that they did not know, meaning, I believe that that's what he means, is that they did not know whether or not the key was going to lead to a nuclear missile strike or not. I'm so glad that 50% of our military could say, I am not going to go through with that order. But again, there were 50% presumably that could. And boy, it only takes one. And the problem, of those kind of individual acts, outside of the scenario I just mentioned where the Soviet guy refused to do it, I think they were able to determine very quickly that it was an error. In most other contexts, though, if you refuse, they'll just replace you immediately with somebody else who will. Not that that gives anybody an excuse not to do the courageous and right thing, but it certainly complicates the effectiveness of any individual action. Okay, this has been very, very, very heavy topics. Nuclear annihilation, which, again, closer than it's ever been. Let's get that doomsday clock to, like, half a second before midnight. Maybe, like, it's more, let's get the doomsday clock to, hey, it's midnight, but, no clock that known to man can fractionalize time this small. It's a Planck second to midnight. But let's celebrate Splatoon. Let's swap over our camera. Let's go do a dab. Okay. Well, let's do ourselves our second dab. Please, anybody out there in the comments, help us move away from nuclear holocausts and the end of all life on Earth to a cheerier topic. Let's get something fun to talk about. Anybody out there's choice. Anybody comes up with something cool, give you a bag in your honor. In the meantime, dab down the drain. I meant hatch, not drain. Things that go down the hatch aren't wasted. Things that go down the drain, wasted. I was going to say things that go down the hatch are not wasted, but we've all seen the second season of Lost, so we know that's not true. Here I go again, swapping back to Splatoon cam. Boy, I'm getting real good at that. One of the experiments, the electric shock experiments, the Milgram experiment, that's written, right? The just following orders. I think that Stanley Milgram was the guy. One of the many foundational psychological studies that basically, if you take Psych 101 or, you know, take a psych class in high school, something of that nature, you'll learn definitely about the Milgram experiment, you know, and your Stanford prison and your marshmallow experiment, all these very early behavioral type studies that are all just wrong, 100% wrong. Both been, many of them refuted experimentally in terms of showing how the original experiments were totally bogus and bunked to begin with, as well as repeated in, you know, failing to recreate their results in further experiments, trying to, you know, rerun the experiment, or to get the same results using different experiments. All of those early or big psychological studies just wrong. But Eric, your comment about 50% of the people will do it, will turn the key to launch the nukes. Makes me think of the number of people that would, you know, turn up a dial on a switch that has been told to you is tied to somebody in the room next door, and they are getting intensely painful shocks based upon this dial that you're turning, and you are turning it just based upon nothing more than an experimenter saying, do more, do more, do more. And a healthy number of people would turn the dial so far that it appeared that the person in the room next to them may have even died from their injuries. The thing is that study is mostly rich. Anyways, let's stop talking about psychology, and I promise to stop talking about nuclear holocaust. I think we might win one. That's why you do a dab break. Go blue team. Did rush into a guy with a bazooka. Losing streak over. That dude was a ninja, right? We just all saw that dude come out in a straight up ninja outfit. Where? Well, now the tide has turned. We've crested the hill. Nothing but wins from this point. I cannot wait to see what comes. It's like a fire hydrant. It's like pissing the first night for the first time after drinking. Isn't that a thing? Like, then you just start peeing more. That's just, but instead of piss, it's wins in a video game. This just doesn't seem like a reasonable analogy. But we'll go with it anyways. Now that we've opened this valve of wins, baby, it's gonna be a flood of victories and piss. I have so far played, I have it on, I've got 2 screenshots, 2 different ones. I've played against 2, or with, I think both of them were on my team, with 2 other farts. We are starting a revolution, guys. Both were lowercase f's, but there are other farts out there, and it's a growing movement. And it's got a lot of doctors deeply, deeply concerned. Where'd you go? Right there, Spur! I'm not doing much here. Let's get up on top. Foolish! I agree. It was both a condemnation in the name of the man I killed. Amazing. I think the dude just rolled right off that top with his roller out and just beamed me. Kudos. Well, I think we were definitely winning for a while, and now, less sure. Oh yes, get him, gavel man. It sucks to be on the other side of that gavel, but love to be your teammate. Oh no! Finally made the jump, but only to meet the business end of a blow bloop. These are fun names to say. Grovel, welcome, Grovel. Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. I think that's going to be one for the green. 2 in a row. What'd I say to you guys? We opened up the valve, and out come the victories, the W's, the V's, and something about piss as well, but I forgot how piss was involved. Thank God. Hope you had a great weekend, Grovel. We're talking piss and squids. Not you, dog. I hope this doesn't come across as, Knoxville, Tennessee. That's a no, thank you. As totally, like, sexist or misogynistic. My wife and I played so much Splatoon 2 together. I mean, just a ton. And I played a lot of Splatoon 3 for the first week or so by myself, and she was like, I'm gonna not do this time. It's bad for me. We get too into this. So she abstained and she stayed away. But then about the first weekend, she's like, okay, let me play a couple matches of yours. And by the end of that weekend, she's like, God damn it, it's time. So got the second copy of Splatoon, and we've been playing together, and it took like, for Splatoon 2, it took, I don't know, maybe 2 months of us playing together before she got better than me. And so I got to be like smug about it for a while and like, help her out and feel really good about myself because I would get better scores than her most of the time, and like I could give her advice and feel, just feel very secure and masculine about, who I am and what I contribute. But the woman just, this time around, it took her less than a week, and now she is already like way better than I am, and it's great because she plays on my team, and as you can see, I definitely need the help all the time, but it's also like she's way better than me too, and it's a little blow to the pride. But there's no way to interpret that as not at least a little bit sexist, and I apologize for my role on that. She's great though. She tries not to give me advice, because she knows like how patronizing that can be. But whenever she does, it's usually incredibly great advice that I should take. But if you're struggling at Splatoon, get a spouse who's better. It's the best strategic advice I can give you. I do want to go. Grovel, why don't you join me? If you don't mind, Grovel, we can even join a room together. I can make that room. You can hop in, and that way we can play on the same team, guaranteed. And I think it's usually a little bit more stable that way. And we can I can get this bag refilled while you are joining us. Totally cool if you not interested, but I'd love to play a couple games with you if you are down. So I'm gonna hit stop. Regardless, no problems if you don't want to. Let's go here. This. I've had to learn how to do all this because I do now play with my wife. And all this is so much better than it used to be in Splatoon 2. Let me check my gears while we're waiting. But anyways, let's grab this bag. And take your time, Grovel. We're in no rush here. I finally got my Tim Heidecker poster up and mounted from the No More Bullshit tour. The very good band. So you can see it can be inverted because it's a tour of both comedy and music. It's the No More Bullshit. Thank you for joining, Grovel. Let's pop this off. And look, I'm going to do it. I'm going to switch over again. Man, I'm getting good at that. I don't mean to brag, but I'm really, really, really fucking good at now hitting that button. And not forgetting, I'd say, over 80% of the time. I mean, nobody likes a braggart, but I can't help myself. 80%. God damn it. I'll try again, Grovel. Um, and this time I'll be a little bit more humble about my skills. Fingers crossed. Good luck to us, Grovel. Bee-boo. Bee-boo. We can get this fool, Grovel. Nice. Good teamwork, man. Just took the two of us. Let him run. Gavel man. Nice rain cloud. Oh, what do you play with, Growl? Oh, you still do the splat roller. I find it takes me about, well, here I'm back to my machine gun. I've been playing the Glue Gadoolies. It takes so long for me to get used to a new weapon. But you just got to take those licks if you want to get better with something. You got to be comfortable with being bad with a weapon for a while to get even, you know, competent with it, which is hard for me. It's like, why wouldn't I just stick with the thing that I already at least proficient with? But the answer is diversity is the key, son. Well, at least we traded. Not a good feeling for Black Sheep to have bungled that, I'm sure. Well, doo-doo nuggets. At least there's some stuff left here at our base to get, which might as well in these last few seconds. I think we got it, Grovel. I could be wrong, but I think we got this. Well, we got it. And Grovel, as always, the good luck charm. One and another. I kind of think that those rankings do everybody a disservice. I don't think that they... by just showing that number and saying like that, whoever gets the most... certainly the actual number you get, like mine 173 or whatever, is not reflective of your contribution, because there's way more you can be doing than just getting the maximum amount of paint. Of course, it's important, but I don't know. I kind of think... I wish Nintendo could come up with a better way to come up with that number it displays than just who gets the most turf of paint. Because while splatting people is hugely important, not dying is hugely important. It doesn't reflect, like, if you use one of the, like, ultimates that helps your teammates, like, you know, spread ink faster, or, there are a bunch of things that don't actually spread paint for yourself, but help your team, and that would not be reflected in that point number at the end. So it just seems unfair to those people who play characters, or more support-based roles in Splatoon, that they aren't, I don't know, rewarded by this point system. Point being, I don't really look at the point total there as a determination of how good or bad you were, or how much you contributed. I only look at the number of splats. Which is why I'm always really ashamed of myself. Look at all this juicy stuff at the base. Not that juicy, but there's some stuff to work on. That was a lucky shot on my part. Poor guy must feel quite cheated. I'll take it, though. Look at that little guy go! That looks like a squid on meth. I almost fell to my death. It's a nice time to splat that guy. I have no idea. I didn't check the map in a while. I feel like we're gonna have to... Oh, yes! Riri, I'm going to be playing this for a while, I think, unfortunately, to an unhealthy degree, so if and when you get it, obviously would love for you to join us. Excellent game, Grovel. I think you can switch guns without having to back out, but let me know if you need me to hit stop. I think you should be able to change it yourself, too. Wow, nice game. Ooh, man, poor Nikki Jojo on their other team really carrying it for them, and then nothing. More kills than the rest of their team combined. More turf than any two of their people combined. Again, we just said that number isn't reflective of everything, but it's pretty clear from all the things we're seeing there. They were the ones really putting in the effort. Good luck to us, Bravo. That was nice. Don't waste that last shot. Okay, not bad, not bad. Lucky. My teammate behind helped. Oh my god, Bravo. There were two pieces of Splatoon mobility things that I did not know about. One that I kind of remembered but had forgotten. The super jump, where if you're holding B while you're going up a vertical surface, if you hold B only when you're traveling up a straight up vertical surface, your little squid will glint, and then you can eventually let go of B and he'll pop straight up in the air. I kind of remember that, but never used it until it was reminded or explained to me that you could. But I did not remember at all the squid roll, where if you're going forward, like I am right here, you can hold a direction that is not forward, so left or right or backwards, and B, all at the same time while still holding the trigger to squid. You can jump in a direction, like pop up in a direction. It's really cool. I have not been able to use it in combat, really, because it's kind of a tricky maneuver, but it explains so many times I've died now, and I'm like, how the hell did this person get behind me? It's they were using all these fancy mobility tricks. Like this. Nope. We'll try again in a second. Maybe after this match. Oh, buttholes. Oh, we are so close. Oh man, is it close? Oh, damn. Okay, I don't need to go out to that center. There's enough stuff at our own base to worry about in these last 20 seconds. I'm just going to try to get as many corners as possible. This could totally matter. No idea. Ooh, I think we have it. Nice. Very nicely done. Wow, 3 in a row. I think 4 in a row is the most I've ever won. I've certainly lost more than 4 in a row, but I've never won more than 4 in a row. So, Bravo, we're on the verge of repeating history. Not saying we're gonna break history or make history here, but we're now on the verge of repeating a historic event, which is winning 4 games. And notice I did say ahistoric. Please, somebody explain to me ahistoric. Why? I don't understand why that is a linguistic convention or a grammatical convention. Why? And people seem to be very sure or pronounced in their use of "and" historic. There's no reason that should be. Find it a pet peeve, but maybe somebody can explain it to me. Oh God, I'm gonna be the reason that we don't win our 4th in a row. Grovel, I'm so sorry. I owe you 4 seconds. Which was my nickname in high school. Sadly, my nickname in college was actually, I owe you 3 seconds back. Things did not get better for me. Awesome, Grovel. Oh, it's that Nichu Jojo. We were just playing with them. They were so far and away the best person on their team when we played. Nice, Grovel. Hell yeah, dude. Grovel was up there double killing. Oh crap, I'm getting 10 missile. Woo! I was so close. Oh, it's close. Ooh, I thought we had this. It is way closer than I thought. Ooh. This is gonna come down to, like, corners, and I'm so curious. Ooh. Was that by 0.7? Grovel. History has been repeated on this day. They will speak of it forever. It's almost like the days of Ethan again. I mean, I hate to bring him back up, but it really does in some ways feel like Ethan was with us for this. And dare to dream. Dare to dream, I say, Grovel. And I say let's not be content with making history. Nay, let's break that motherfucker. Let's unleash our inner Mark Zuckerbergs, move fast, and break things. And look how well that's turned out for her, buddy. Break things, I mean, not just cultures and societies and methods of established communication and social cohesion, but my personal record for number of Splatoon wins in a row. Maybe the most consequential thing in that asinine list. Ethan, help us. Well, that's that booyah bomb. I know about that because it comes with the gloogadoolies. Which, how delightful is gloogadoolies to say? Oh my god, Ethan is with us. And how redundant is that? Oh my, Ethan is with us. We're playing against Dayquil and Nightquill. Well, the good times had to end at some point. But boy, what a run. And just that specific stock. We still got this. Ethan willing. Oh, buttholes. Hang in there, Luca. Well. Go, Steven. I got 2. You can still do this, Yellow. It's not over yet. Okay, it's pretty much over now. Definitely over now. Well, guys, like all people of my faith, I don't believe, and Ethan has never taught about pushing forward. History is not meant to be broken. History is merely meant to be repeated as Ethan, our Lord and Savior, who brought us from the darkest of times, who saved us from the double-digit loss cliff, from whence no human nor squid has ever returned. And one of his teachings was always that history is never meant to be broken, simply repeated. Now, I did get 4 wins in a row after that, being converted to the Church of Ethan, so it's hard to say how that wasn't breaking history, but just go with me here. We weren't meant to win that game. It wasn't part of his vision. It wasn't part of his grace. We were sent Bob on our team now. Bob is our John, whoever the fuck was the guy who walked barefoot or whatever. I feel like Bob's gonna be our one of those disciple dudes. Oh shit, Nuggets. Sorry, Roro. I didn't even know you were there. Boy, I'd love to kill that gavel guy, but knowing my history, I try to go kill him and, of course, get splattered in the process. So, let's there's something heroic in being a coward. There's a real heroism in cowardice, I think. Bob, you were supposed to be the one, the chosen one, Bob. Come to me, Bob. I'll keep you safe from the hordes and barbarians. Buttholes. Butthole, butthole, butthole. Poop. We'll just go with poop on that one. I think they got me onto the wire. I think Bob did it. And Bob was, of course, sent here from Ethan on high. So this victory, well, Bob was his, a ninja and now a knight. Am I hallucinating or am I seeing squids in the coolest gear ever? Bob was wearing full knight gear. How cool is that? We saw a ninja earlier. Nicely done, Gravel. Nicely done. Holy shit, we've only let's victory, defeat, victory, 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 victory. I think this is when you came in, was the next one up. Grovel. We make a hell of a team. All right, I'm gonna, on our next loss, I'm gonna take a break and do our third and final dab of the stream. But that's gonna be after our next loss, which certainly won't be this game. Not when Grovel and I are on a team. But other than that, 2 games ago. But that wasn't because of our lack of skills and teamwork. That was because our religion, my religion, forbade victory. Well, that was not the smartest play, and I had my Raizuka. You'd think that would have been like the best place to have used it. I don't think I ain't. Damn, that's a badass slogan. I don't think I stink. That's embarrassing. He should feel pretty good about himself there. I had 3 bazooka shots. He just had his wits. Guy almost got me. Getting it from both sides. You guys got this orange. It looks, well... We'll get them next time, orange. That's a very definitive L. Look how little they did at their own base. Please, Lord. False hope. Wow, that is a low-scoring game. Just over 80%, I think, in terms of total area inked. I've seen they usually go much higher than that. That's a huge map, though. It is a massive map. And it leads to things like their team leaving a huge chunk of it uninked because they were spending all their time in the center. I did say next loss. I was going to go do a dab. Make it a little bit easier on the other team. Grovel, you're welcome to go ahead and play if you'd like. Please, by all means. Otherwise, I'm going to go do a dab here. And then... I'm probably only going to play a couple more. I'd be happy to make another room if you want to join. You can drop in, whatever you prefer. Maybe I'll just drop in with you. We'll see. Let's switch over here. Get back to the dab zone. My shorts keep riding up on me. Got big old thunder thighs. Anyways, here we go. Here is our dab. Grovel. This one's going to be for you. What a turnaround. We've had some great games, man. Thanks for playing. Here we go. Cool beans. I'm not going to brag this time that I remembered to switch cameras. I'm not even going to mention that I did it successfully. It's so gauche. Which is why I'm not going to say, wow, great job on remembering to switch the cameras. I'm just going to pop in with Grovel. Play a couple more games. And hopefully Grovel will get lucky and get a few on the opposite team. Get a couple easy wins. Dead. Welcome back, Dead. How are you and your uncle? Games are going great. We're on a real roll today. Buddy Grovel here mopping them up by slopping it out. The phenom of I just gotta stop trying to come up with cool sounding ways to spread ink. The phenom of what? Who knows? He's, if nothing else, a hell of a teammate. We're winning lots. Dead, how have you been? Hopefully nothing too traumatic in your life, and your uncle's been behaving himself. But I'm glad that you're here right now, in this moment, and totally okay. There's one of those rolls I was talking about. Look at that. It's a roll. You have to hold 3 buttons at one time. And one of them has to be a converting from a forward momentum. So you have to be going forward, and then you have to go left, right, or back. And then you can do a little hop. Never knew that. How embarrassing. Wait, it's just me. No, my bad. I was just taking too long. Thanks, Gravel. Nice, congrats on the victory. Same team. With Fat BB and Big Man Swep. Oh, they just ran themselves right off the map. Nice shot. Oh, buttholes. I don't need to go out there. We got plenty of stuff to paint at home base. Get some of this first. Then I can go out to the meat grinder. Oh, not safe, Big Man Swep. Oh, poor Big Man Swep. You're gonna get... We can turn this around, No big deal, no big deal. Oh, shit. I think it's possible. Ooh. I think they have it, but... No, they got it. They got it for sure. No, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Tony! No apologies needed! You're not late. Because things only begin when you arrive. As a total, solipsist, I wasn't even here until you arrived, and then we all emerged from the great ether to be here in this moment so that you could have this conscious experience. You can literally never be late, Tony, because nothing arrives until you do. We're all in your universe. But welcome, Tony. Whether you're a solipsist or not, glad to have you. We're playing some Splatoon. Gravel, you're doing great, my friend. Great, great, great. Seriously, I have. It feels even weird to say that, but like, I am just here to hopefully not embarrass myself. I'm speaking of solipsism, I rarely even notice what other scores are. I'm such a vain human. I only care about my own. Thankfully, though, I only care in reference to how much or little I let others think. Ruh-roh, you rarely have those in the middle of games. Well, let's give this one more go. Oh, that might be my communication error. If so, my bad. Perfect, perfect. Here's what we're gonna do. Oh, never mind. It's ready to go right now. Or no, that's just me. Oh well. Catch him next time. Battle time. Sorry about that, Grovel. Not sure what happened there. Let's do this. Purple. Okay. Shark bait feels like a perfect name for somebody to kill you in Splatoon. Kudos to you, shark bait. Bottles. Sure, Gravel, yes. I'm falling apart without you out here, man. Just happy to be alive. Oh. Get it. Balls. Oh, shit balls. Parrot was on the orange team. Conspiracy? I think not. Nintendo is using advanced neural network and language detection software to put people on color appropriate teams. Regardless of their skill level, boinking matchmaking, because it always goes to the preference of making sure that the person with the name that matches the color sticks with them. I guarantee that's what's happening. 100% conspiracy, for sure. That's why I am almost always on the brown team. We got Grovel back. Thanks for joining us again, Grovel. All right, you know what? Instead of doing the I'm going to play till I lose, because we've all been here for too long, for sure. When I do that, you know, it can often lead to endless nights, you know, long nights when we do that. So, Grovel, I'm going to make a room real quick if you want to join me. Sorry about that. Seems like it's getting busy here. I'm going to play 3 more games. And you know what? Because we got Tony here, and while we're waiting to hopefully get Grovel to join back in, but maybe he already got another game. Regardless, there he is. Perfect. Grovel, if you'll give me 1 more second, I'm going to make this really hard on us all. We'll give one last small, tiny dab to Tony. And then 3 more games of Splatoon that I feel in my bones are all going to be victories. So I'm going to swap over. Be right back. Sorry, Grovel. Tony, thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry you missed us at the beginning, but glad you're here at the end. Let's do this. Beautiful. Reading up, start with this crew. Bada bing, bada boom. 3 victories, no problem. Here we go. Well, if somebody's named player, it means that they are like in one of their very first games. So good start. Good sign for our 3 victories in a row here. Because we got a player on our team. What's scary up here, Grovel? I got that person chasing me. Oh, I got another random person I didn't even know I was going to be getting. Fun. Not the umbrella. Well, it was a good run. Ooh, not looking good, but totally come back, if that's a phrase. Poor dude just ran right into my line of fire. Damn it. Oh, sharp in my underpants. Holy shit, dude. We've got a really, really shit-stained pair of underpants up in here. Sorry, Kippy. Buttholes. Well, here's the thing. We can still win 2 out of 3. And that's still a majority. You only need 2 out of 3 functions of government to be okay, according to Jack Nicholson in Mars Attacks. In my case, you only need 2 out of the 3 testicles a human has to function. You only need really 2/3 of a liver. Keep going. They were very good. Oh my god, here I was, guys, bragging for so long about my skills. That's one of the very few lessons. I try not to be didactic. I try not to be, a preachy asshole here on stream. But one of the lessons I always try to instill is hubris. Look what happens when you fly so close to the sun. When you sit here and you brag about your professionalism and your ability to switch from one stream to another with an 80% success rate, the only possible outcome is having your wax wings melt off and you leave the camera on your face or on your room instead of the Splatoon game. Embarrassing. Not really as embarrassing though as what you just missed. We got skunked. Where are these guys? Oh, there they are. I'm sorry, Gravel. I tried. Now, there was somebody who did one of those squid jumps. Big man. Popped up and Dark Detra truly me to hell. Good for you, big man. Well, here's the good news, guys. I did forget to switch over last stream. Last game. Just you didn't see what happened. That's the bad news. The good news is you're watching it right now. It's pretty much the exact same thing. So sorry. I'm coming to you, Grovel. I avenged you, Grovel. And myself. Fuck you, big man. Fuck you, big man. Oh, I'm curious. I think we did it, guys. As I said, best 2 out of... We needed one was 2 out of 3. Only show-offs win 100% of the time. It's bad form to win 100% of the time. Unless, of course, you do, then it's totally cool. But if you ever lose one, well, you know, you need to stay humble. And that was always our goal. BBD, welcome, BBD. So good to see you. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention. Been watching Splatoon. Unfortunately, though, BBD, you are here for Grovel and I's last game. We've been playing together. We've been rocking it together. It's been a storied run, I'd say. Grovel and fart, fart and grovel, kicking ass, spreading paint, and spreading the message of Ethan too. Tony says, do you like McDonald's fries with ice cream? I heard that's a thing. Then BBD says, I like Wendy's fries with a cold one. And Tony, that is the one I'm more familiar with, is the Frosty and fries combination from Wendy's, but I have also heard of people dipping McDonald's fries and things. It is a surprisingly popular combination of food, French fries, and hot, salty French fries paired with a sweet, cold treat. It is not for me, but then again, I'm a weird prude with all food combinations. So I don't like hate it. Like, it doesn't disgust me, but it's not like I'm ever seeking it out. But there are a surprising number of people out there who have a compulsion to stick their fries in their ice cream or milkshake. There's so many people that do it, and that almost seem to like have like a compulsion to do it, that I wonder if there's some kind of dietary thing going on that people, when it comes to consuming food, there are a lot of subconscious things that happen where our body craves specific things at specific times because it's deficient in X, Y, or Z. And usually you don't even really notice because you eat a balance of foods and this, that, and the other, and there's no real, strange craving for citrus if you're, not out on a ship, whatever the case may be. But there are all kinds of weird examples where people like crave eating dirt, just like want to eat dirt, have a compulsion to eat dirt all of a sudden after never having the compulsion before in their life. And that can often be from like having an iron deficiency or something in your blood. But then your brain will send you signals that you interpret as like hunger for a specific food. But that you're like, so, weird. It's even begs the question of like, another thing of what is consciousness, like how aware are you of what you are craving and why. Anyways, doesn't matter. But sometimes these things where people have these odd cravings in food or like these particular strange flavor patterns can be like a because your body wants X, Y, or Z, or I don't know. I'm not saying that's what would be happening there, but I'm high. So the answer to your question is what CKW just posited, which is diabetes. And that's a great answer. Now, we did win only 1 out of 3, but in some ways, that's better than 2 out of 3. You want to be in the minority, especially Grovel. We're both Americans, and we understand that about a third of the country and a third of the populace should really be the true majority. So in some ways, 1/3 better than 2/3. And Grovel is happy to be there with you. CKW, welcome. BVD, welcome. But also, goodbye. This was our last game. Grovel, thanks so much for playing with me for so long. It was a blast hanging out with you. It was a blast saying hello and goodbye to you guys all and hanging out, playing some Splatoon. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. If not for sure, I'll be back on Wednesday, and I hope to see some of you guys then.